Yo, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Swoope, and I'm going to be walking you through what I think is essential for making a PluggnB track. PluggnB pulls a lot from the 90s, specifically the genres of 90s R&B and 90s gospel, which I was steeped in growing up in the church. Clearly 90s gospel, but then it's a lot of R&B inside of gospel, so to hear that repackaged and reframed in this day and age, PluggnB felt very familiar and also very new at the same time because it's pulling from foundational genres. So it's not coincidental. I got this gospel musicians plug-in, and we're just gonna come up with a pass and see what's up. I like that. I think that's a good place to start. So we'll take that chord structure and just loop it. Got some magic on it, so. With this one, I took that same chord pass and layered another electric piano under it just to give it some thickness and warmth. Here's what this sounds like. Nothing crazy, not in a way. It's just got some top end to it that's a little ear candy. One thing I noticed about PluggnB is if you think Jodeci harmonies, Dru Hill harmonies, there's a lot of that going on. So I wanted to articulate some of those vocal chord structures that you would hear in some of those Jodeci, Dru Hill, Boyz II Men songs with just a simple sine wave. So with that, I wanted to mimic almost what I think a choir would sing. So let's see what that sounds like with the keys together. I love it. I love it. We're cooking with grease now. Another element that I hear in a lot of the PluggnB tracks that I've been kind of just listening to, it's a newer genre, so I'm exploring and finding out about things, is some of the lead lines that I hear are very reminiscent, again, of certain R&B passes from the 90s. So I wanted to add a lead on top of the thick keys. We added the Jodeci harmonies on the sine wave. So let's see what a lead sounds like on top of that. One of the things I love about PluggnB as I'm discovering the new genre that it is, that differentiates itself from 90s R&B and 90s gospel, is the way that they use vocal samples. So we're gonna go grab a vocal sample, pull up our Splice desktop app. I'm gonna go to a pack that I created with the folks over at Sound Doctrine and a good friend of mine, Solomon Hedden, called The Baptism. Check it out. So that last section of the vocal sample mimics the chord structure that we have on the keys. It ain't in the right key, so let's fix that. We're gonna pull the sample, pull up Serato. So though I want the last one, I want to hit it twice rather than just letting it cascade. And we'll get this. But it's in the wrong key. So let's pitch that up. Right? See what that feels like with the keys and the lead and the sine wave. Once again, it's a little too tucked for me. Like the vocal samples are a calling card of PluggnB. It's not just lush chords. They're putting some ear candy on top to separate it from other genres. So let's pull that vocal sample up a little bit. I love it. We're going to give it some bottom, put a bass on it, and a little bit of top with some bells, and then we're going to get to the fun part. The bells feel almost playful, almost childlike, because there's just this beautiful scenery that's laid under it. And one of the things in this particular loop that's helping with that is the bells. Like they feel almost Willy Wonka-esque. On its own, it's kind of corny, but icing, don't nobody eat icing on its own. The icing got to go on the cake. So let's take the icing of the bells, let's put it with the cake and see what it sounds like. It's a good cake. So vocal sample separates it from 90s R&B, separates it from 90s gospel. It's the drums and the 808 that bring it to today. So let's go back to our Splice app. Let's check that out. It almost leans drill. It almost feels like UK drill, like a whole nother genre. But I think when we mix it with the elements that we have, the electric pianos, the Jodeci sine wave, the lead synth, the bells, and the bass, I think we're going to get something nice that feels authentically PluggnB, though the drums might lean in a different genre. Let's see what we got. It's sounding amazing to me, and I made it. So let's get the last piece. We're going to need that bottom. We're going to need, when we roll it through, we can feel the sub in our car. Let's pull an 808. So I'm going to pull up battery, go find a nice little 808 in our desktop app. Let's see what we got over here. We're going to use that one. First one I picked, we're going to use that one. Okay, so we started with electric pianos. We moved to Jodeci sine wave. We added bells. We added leads. We added bass. We added drums. We added 808s. Let's hear what it all sounds like together. Yeah, that sounds like magic to me. So, hey, check the pack out. Go pull the things that you think would be essential to your PluggnB track. I can't wait to hear some of the stuff that y'all make. This is what we came up with today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some tools to help you with your next PluggnB track. I'm Swoope. Blessings.